All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, episode 2. Yeah, so
right.
we're getting into this show, Caleb.
We are. And I can already see the appeal for one episode. It definitely has a thing that it's definitely going to be going for. Mm-hmm. And as it adds more characters, that's probably the thing where it's going to evolve the most, you know?
That would make sense, yeah.
Because I really think that their shtick
is very straightforward.
Around. It's going to remain that way for quite a while.
No, Nozaki's gonna get it in this episode. Surprise, he actually does.
Right.
No. Yeah.
And then we start getting Nozaki-kun perspective as he's like, but how do I confess to her?
No, yeah, see, the first 3 episodes of the show is Sakura getting to the part where she confesses and he understands. And then the remaining 9 episodes is just, all right, from his perspective, what it looked like. Yeah. No.
That would be funny. But on the idea of adding in new characters here, especially one that's apparently very wholesome and
sensitive,
and
emotionally in tune,
which means boy. our boy Nozaki-kun, he's hopeless. He's hopeless. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He's very clueless.
Yep.
And I love a clueless main boy, basically.
Right. That's clearly established. It's not just done casually. It's like, no.
Right. Because
he's special.
Because he's not the main character. That's Sakura. Yeah. Sakura is the main character. But Nozaki,
she has to deal with this
shit. She has to deal with this clueless boy. So this is going to lead to some hilarity. Oh, and y'all, without further ado, let's jump into it.
みこしは今度アシスタントに入ったさくらだ。
どうも。
あ、そう。俺の方がアシスタントとして先輩だから、せいぜい敬えよな。はい、
野崎くん、どこがミコリンなの？なんかすごいチャラチャラしてるよ。それになんか怖いよ。
いや、だってな。バーカ、遊ぶってつまりそういうことだぜ。後でめいめいなって誰もた。
Wow! You can't even handle it.
自分で言って自分で恥ずかしがってるんだ。愛らしいだろ。
なら言わなきゃいいのに。
先に一つ言っておくぞ。わからねえことがあっても俺には聞くな。そういうめんどくさいことは嫌いなんだ。
Okay, senpai.
Yeah. He just doesn't know how to be helpful or do anything.
さくら、聞いてほしそうにしてるから何か質問してやってくれ。
めんどくせえ。三越くん、ここのツヤベタなんだけど。
はあ？そんなんもわかんねえの？
Wow!
ここはつむじに一度印をつけて、それから書くんだ。
ああ、すごい。
Wow!
ここが本当だぞ。
なるほど。
よく見てくれ。
ためになる。
I love Sakura. Oh my god.
Isn't she great?
私買ってくるよ。
悪いな。じゃこれで。
うん。
走りくんよ。
Oh my god.
俺はコーヒー。
わかった。
Oh my god.
先輩、ついてきちゃ意味ないです。ねえねえ、これやってみない？
別にいいけど。あ
あ。じゃあ、犬。
Whoa.
建物。
Oh.
苦手なんだ。
私も苦手で。
実は俺も。
Hopefully this shoujo never requires building.
これだけ見て言うな。まあまあ、みこしばの得意分野はそういうんじゃないんだ。
He has a specialty?
Yeah. What is it?
最後、みこしば。終わったぜ。
Oh.
すごいよ、みこしばくん。すごく綺麗。
He draws the flowers in the background, the shoujo
なら
backgrounds.
任せておけよ。
みこしばくん本当にモテるんだね。
Sakura's
彼女とか
face.
いるの？
いや、
Of course not.
作らないんだ。
Nope.
俺は誰のものにもならない。永遠のラブハンターだからな。
You must not be very good at it then. Yet embarrassed about
That those words actually came out of his mouth.
and
Yeah, she's embarrassed
hearing
too.
it.
照れないでみこりん、こっちが恥ずかしいから。
Yes.
君とみこりんって全然タイプ違うよね。
No
友達なの意
shit.
外だな。
Mm-hmm.
ああ、初めはキャラ作りのために観察してたんだけど、そのうち仲良くなってな。
Ah, that makes
キャラ
sense.
作り？
Yeah,
こ
inspirations.
の中にみこりんがいるのか。
ヒロインだ。
ヒロイン？また素直に話せなかった。
Oh my god, yes! That's
Isn't
what
it
they
great?
meant by the episode title. Oh.
恥ずかしいこと言わないで、バカ！
Yes! Yes!
Isn't it great?
That's amazing!
そろそろ新キャラを出したいから人間観察にでも行くかな。気づいてる？マミコ。俺のキラキラした気持ち。
モデルがいないとどうなるの？
そうだな。
Ah.
マミコ、鈴木と仲良くなるなんてやるじゃないか。
もうからかわないでよ。
マミコは俺にこそふさわしい。
Oh my god.
さあマミコ、一体誰が選ぶんだ。
Good old same face syndrome.
私の友達に瀬尾ゆずきって子がいるんだけど、
女か。
しょっちゅう誰かに追いかけられてるんだよね。ほら、あの子。
A new heroine approaches now?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
逃げるな、セオ。閉めた。何？
What?
てか B 組の野崎じゃん。
Wow.
あんたでっけえから近くにいると意外と邪魔だよな。なんで最近千代と一緒に。
Oh.
分かった。
And she doesn't say anything. Yes. Wait. Ah.
見て見て。
Wow.
バイト頑張って買っちゃった。
へえ、すごいじゃん。でもこのバッグ隣の家のダッサいおっさんも持ってたわ。
Jesus. Oh my god.
バスケ部が練習付き合えってさ。
分かった。
助っ人か？運動神経いいんだな。
だからいろんな部からよく頼まれるんだよ。
Oh my god.
でも構わない。退場するまでがゲームだぜ。
13番ファール。
嫌な敵に当たった時の練習らしい。
Wow.
私もたまに一人で突っ走るよね。反省しなきゃ。
Wow.
先輩はあんなにひどくありません。
Having like a realization, seeing themselves in a mirror.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
また遅刻したんだってな。ペナルティーだ。
Oh.
これ科学室まで運んどけ。ああ、野崎、お前も頼む。
そういう顔すんのやめてくんない？
ああ、すまん。
やっべえ、超可愛い子と一緒になっちまったぜ。もう緊張してうまく喋れないよ。俺のバカ。顔に書いてあるわよ。空気だって読めるし。って私完璧すぎない？超いい女。
お前、本当にわざとじゃないのか。
Oh man.
じゃ
Play
んけん
game.
で
Play
負けた
game.
方が持つとかそういう。
逆立ちで長く歩けた方が勝ち。
What?
はい、じゃあスタート。
ちょっと待て。お前逃げる気満々だろ。
やばい、 生としたの青木さん私の命あんたになら預けられる
Oh, this is the character I've been. Ah! His face.
迎えに行くからな
待ってぞ背負
Oh my god.
Oh man.
And then.
野崎
Oh,
くん
never mind.
何してるの？
ノートかくまってる俺は瀬尾のキャラが分かったぞ
Yeah.
まだ私何も言ってないけど。
いや分かるさつまりあいつは KY だろ
だいたいそれじゃ少女漫画っぽくないでしょ？
No, it could be actually.
なるほどつまり運動のできる KY か
野崎くん KY から離れて。
Yeah, it
It
doesn't
physically
make sense.
pains me to hear you say that someone else is
Yeah,
oblivious.
exactly. You're not allowed to
Right.
talk about that. Sorry.
あ、いや、いいよいいよ。
で瀬尾は結局どこに逃げたんだ
うん。そうそう、ゆずきの見どころは部活なんだよ。
部活
すごく少女漫画っぽいから。
さくらの考える少女漫画っぽさってどうせバスケットコートの死神とかそんな
Shinigami of the basketball
だ
court.
そういうんじゃなくて。
She sings.
それよりすごいなこの歌声
いいよ、声楽部のローレライです。
The Lorelei of the choir.
詐欺だ二人は随分タイプが違うんだな
そうだね、言われてみれば。
きっと仲良くなるまでにいろんなことがあったんだろうな
あの子とはきっと一生分かり合えっこないわ。あなたもね。
Rivals to friends, yes.
Yes.
どうしよう。出席番号近かっただけなんだけど。
へえそんなにすげえ女だったのか
ちょっと相談
Here
があ
we
るんだけ
go.
ど、実はあなたの友達の涼介くんのこと。
で話長い俺トイレ行きたいんだけど
殴りてえ
まさかこれじゃねえよなおいおい誰に聞いてんだ目の前にいんだろ超美形のプレイボーイが
Yes, you're already being used as a model, my friend.
うん
私のバカ恥ずかしいよ。ミコリンってヒロインのモデルだしな。
And I don't have the heart to tell him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
Okay.
we got two new
That
characters.
was really sweet. We got to
Yeah.
meet Yuzuki and we got to meet Mikorin. Okay. I definitely prefer Yuzuki for sure. But I do like Mikorin a lot because one of the things that really grows on you with him is that his shtick of like wanting to be noticed, basically. So please notice your senpai, you know.
Right,
Instead
exactly.
of please notice me, senpai. You know.
Yep.
He's begging for attention constantly so that he can basically throw it back in your face and kind of be a bit of an asshole about
Right,
it.
and like feel cool and like
yeah, look at me.
yeah,
I'm senpai.
I'm so bad.
Right,
yeah.
right, yeah.
Right, but then he's like, holy shit, did I actually just say that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a nice little mess of a contradiction of his character in that he is extremely self-conscious
Yep.
to the point where his own insanity actually trips him up, which is so rare because in some ways that means he's so oblivious about how little anybody likes him in the like the immediate sense, but he's so self-aware of his own idiocy that he actually stops himself at times from going too far.
Yeah, like
continuing in a specific embarrassing direction.
He isn't able to keep himself from doing the embarrassing things, but he's aware enough to know when it's embarrassing most of the time when he does it.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the
Which
time.
is like, okay.
That's kind of funny because then you could see him actually maybe having some insight into the way other people are.
It's possible, you know? Like,
Maybe.
I mean, hey, if he's the basis for the heroine of Nozaki's manga, you know,
That's true, that's
like,
true.
like clearly Nozaki understands him on a very fundamental level, which I love that we got after the previous episode, right? Which sets up, you know, Nozaki as this absolute brick blockhead and everything, and he still is, right? He absolutely still is. But the fact that after that, yep. But after that, Sakura needs to have this insanity translated to her by the resident brick blockhead.
Right.
Like, I love that. That's like, there's something so beautiful to that.
Yeah, the way in which he's like, no, I've spent many moons.
Yes.
Pouring over his character.
If you were as emotionally in tune as I am, you would understand that.
No, it's just she doesn't know Mikorin that well.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
But then we meet Yuzuki. And Yuzuki is just terrible.
Yeah, just actually worst
awful.
girl. And the thing is, worst girl is the new meta. Like,
but the thing is that while that's true, she's actually kind of amazing in that she is so oblivious that she actually makes Nozaki look emotionally intelligent and in tune.
Right.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because now I'm detecting a pattern because we have 3. Is Sakura just surrounded by idiots?
I'm surrounded.
Yeah, like, that's basically this anime should be called Sakura and her idiot crew. Like,
well, what I like to call this show is miscommunication humor, the anime.
Well, right. But the idea that we saw so many instances of where Yuzuki completely misread the situation.
Like, not even to the point of like
the opposite.
Yeah, like actively the blinders on this girl are
insane.
Are goddamn impressive.
Yeah.
And
Nozaki even is like, you have to be doing this on purpose.
Right, exactly. He's getting the same experience that the people on the basketball team did when they brought her in. And I love that, because the whole thing of oh, you have a character in anime that's good at sports, and so all the teams want them and everything.
Right, yeah.
That's such a, it's a fun little wish fulfillment thing, right? Of oh yeah, because of course they're good at sports and they're really cool. But no. In this case, it's, yes, they're good at sports, but more importantly, they are such an egregiously awful person to hang around with,
right?
That everyone else gets to see the little bits of themselves in them and be like, "Oh shit, I'm so sorry."
Yeah. I love.
No, you're not that bad.
The basketball senpai just being like, "I should be less selfish with the ball." Basically, it's just like, "No, you're great. Like, don't worry about it." It's just like,
"Oh no."
Yeah.
And maybe, who knows? Maybe Nozaki will get a similar, situation, right? Of course, he doesn't know that he's oblivious, so, there's not much that can be done there.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Who knows? You know, it's possible. It's possible.
Yep.
There are a lot of sweet ways in which it could go, that direction. Yeah. But I think this episode we basically saw that Nozaki-kun, there's hope for you. There's hope for you.
Right. Our dumb himbo.
He is not the dumbest he's not the most blunt tool in the shed,
Exactly. Yes.
There are those.
His tools aren't very good, but he is earnest in using them.
Yeah, there are those of sharper wit, of course. But you actually practice.
Yeah.
Because you've become one that could understand Mikorin.
That's true.
Which means, on some level, you could theoretically maybe understand Sakura.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But there's hope. I really do love all the skit-based humor for these kinds of shows, though, because I think having too much of a plot can basically
bog things down
a bit. So just skipping around from thing to thing.
Yep. New character. Yeah.
I loved the skit build up from she's dealing with problems, with the school, to now she has to carry all this stuff. To she's interacting with Nozaki, and he's like, "Oh my god,
I can't deal with this."
Yeah. And then she's like, "Well, if we're gonna do this, we might as well play a game." And he's like, "Sure," because he's in observer mode. He doesn't really care what she does as long as he can be, there
This
to
is
take notes,
potential-
essentially.
yeah,
This is material.
Yep.
And then she's like, well, whoever can walk on, didn't he suggest a game? He was like about to suggest rock, paper, scissors.
Yep.
And then she's like,
And,
no,
like-
whoever can walk on their hands the fastest.
Right, and it's like,
Like
oh
the
yes,
most.
that's so specific and something that clearly you know how to do very well. And
As
I
you are very, light frame, but also very physically strong.
Right,
Which means
exactly.
you'd be perfect at balancing stuff.
Yeah.
And then she just does it to go
Just
away.
run away. Yeah.
And then the other teacher that had been chasing her that morning then
Yeah, the
sees
school
her and then
counselor.
she comes back.
Yeah.
I love that kind of slapstick humor, but more so the idea that when she
I'll come
comes up
back.
to- yeah, please, Nozaki-kun.
Yes.
Yes. And just the way his eyebrows thickened, and
right.
everything just became all
Yeah.
serious with the lighting.
And how much of that was him actually believing her versus him being like, oh yeah, this is perfect
I'm
material.
getting immersed into this.
Yeah, yeah,
so
like,
I'm
oh,
gonna
totally.
Take this entire thing.
yep.
I'm already capturing the moment in my mind's eye.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is Nozaki-kun's true power, is
Yep.
that he can capture a moment in time and remember it perfectly.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is going to be used romantically at some point in the future. And Sakura's going to be like, holy shit, that was the most romantic thing. And then he's going to be like, so anyway, and then just completely move on. And she's going to be like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. Yeah. I love these characters. I love this cast.
There's a nice, good established cast here. But 4 is not the perfect number for an
No.
anime cast.
No, it's not.
We need at least 1 or 2 more to kind of shake things up a bit.
Right, and we have seen some of the others in the OP.
That's
The
true.
only question is when will they be introduced?
Yeah. So I would say I want to see which one of them is like the editor that he calls in for,
Oh, sure.
for the
Right, like the
wherever he
other
gets published,
the other
through.
person in the manga making role.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right. Because I could see him recruiting more people to help in, the process of, making the manga in some way, even if they're just a model. But I would really like to see who's the person that basically is responsible for making sure that it gets, through to the publisher.
The person who's the professional at no nonsense.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see if they have an oblivious trait to them as well,
Well, I mean, they're working with Nozaki, so,
Oh, that's a good point.
I feel like that's either a very strong positive sign for them having an oblivious side
Right.
or against them having an oblivious side.
Yeah, it depends.
I'm not sure which.
It depends. But yeah. All right. Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
Next time.